Do you ever wonder, if Jesus really rose from the dead and wanted the whole world to know about it, why didn't he appear to the world? Not to Pilate, not to the high priests, not even to the massive crowds who screamed for his death. He didn't show himself to the temple. He didn't call down fire from heaven. He didn't even try to prove anything, even though he said he now had authority in all heaven and earth. But instead, he quietly appeared to just a handful of people, just over 500, according to Scripture, most of whom the world has long forgotten. So the question is, why? If this was the greatest miracle in human history, why didn't he show everyone? Was it strategy or prophetic? In this video, we will be answering all these questions, because this isn't just about history, it's about the very nature of God. Many skeptics and even Christians ask this question. If Jesus truly rose from the grave, why didn't he go public with it? Why not make it undeniable? Isn't that the whole point of the resurrection? Why didn't he walk into Jerusalem glowing with divine glory and say, "I told you so"? Wouldn't that have shut down all doubt once and for all? But instead, Jesus appeared to women at the tomb, to disciples walking along a dusty road, to his followers behind closed doors, and most of all, to those who already believed in him. But in John 14:22, his disciple Judas, not Iscariot, actually asked him this same very question we all ask ourselves. He said to Jesus, "Lord, why do you intend to show yourself to us and not to the world?" But Jesus said something remarkable, because he didn't say what we probably all think of. He didn't say, "I don't need to prove anything to anyone," or say that they wouldn't understand, but he said something far deeper, something only those willing to listen could even begin to understand, because what Jesus revealed in that moment was not about the world at all. It was about how God sees you. Before we ever ask why Jesus didn't appear to everyone in the world, we first have to ask something more unsettling. How does God see the world? We see nations. We see millions of faces in a crowd. We see platforms, power, popularity. But then, God himself said, "My thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways." Meaning that in his realm, in the courts of heaven, in the throne of unapproachable light, God sees all things differently. Psalm 87 says this, "I will record Rahab and Babylon among those who acknowledge me," Philistia too, "and Tyre along with Cush, and will say, this one was born in Zion. The Lord will write in the register of the peoples, this one was born in Zion." This verse is saying God is recording names. He's not tracking citizenship or location. He's tracking origin of identity, meaning that God doesn't see people the way we do. He sees souls in alignment with his kingdom, as if they were born in Zion, even if they were born on the other side of the world. The Lord will write, "This one and that one belongs to me." Psalm 139 verse 16 reveals it even more intimately. "Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." I'm sure we can both agree to this, that God doesn't just see your story, he wrote it. So when we ask, why didn't Jesus show himself to the world? We're asking from a human view, a view that sees fairness as exposure and truth as spectacle. But God doesn't reveal truth for attention. He reveals truth for alignment, for calling, for intimacy. "I know those who are mine," 2 Timothy 2:19. That's why the resurrection wasn't a media stunt. It was a divine encounter for those whose hearts already beat in rhythm with heaven, those whose names were written not in ink, but in eternity. I am sure now you know the meaning of the verse, "Many are called, but few are chosen," describing also even the people whom Jesus preached to, but still did left him and wanted his crucifixion. But think about this. What if the world had seen him? What would they have done? The same crowd that cheered for miracles on Monday cheered for his crucifixion on Friday. The same leaders who demanded a sign ignored a tomb that broke open from within. Lord, why do you intend to show yourself to us and not to the world? And here's what Jesus answers. Anyone who loves me will obey my teaching. My Father will love them, and we will come to them and make our home with them. Anyone who does not love me will not obey my teaching. These words you hear are not my own. They belong to the Father who sent me. John 14:23-24. Meaning, behind Jesus' answer, he doesn't reveal himself based on curiosity. He reveals himself based on relationship and love. Those who love him and obey his teaching are the ones who experience his presence. The world which rejects his truth is not given the intimacy of his revelation. Jesus didn't withhold himself because he was hiding. He withheld because God already knew who would hear, who would believe, and who would walk away even with proof in their face.